Someone is lying to you right now, not a stranger, someone close, and the terrifying part, they are very, very good at it. Words can be rehearsed, tone can be controlled, but the body runs on a circuit the conscious mind cannot reach. Tonight, you learn to read that circuit. When a person decides to deceive, the prefrontal cortex does something extraordinary and exhausting. It must simultaneously construct a false narrative, hold that narrative in working memory, monitor the listener for signs of disbelief, and suppress the body's natural response to the emotional reality underneath. That is 4 parallel cognitive tasks running at once. Research from the University of Portsmouth confirmed that liars show measurably reduced physical movement, not because they are calm, but because their motor system is being starved of processing resources. The brain prioritizes the lie, the body goes rigid, and that stillness, that unnatural, effortful quiet, is your first warning. Notice the next time someone you are speaking with suddenly stops gesturing while telling you something important. People who are being truthful tend to move freely. Hands rise to emphasize a point. The head tilts. The shoulders shift. When those movements disappear mid-story, the absence is the signal. The nervous system under deception seeks relief. It finds it in what psychologists call self-adapter gestures. Unconscious touches to the face and neck that soothe rising anxiety, the way a child reaches for comfort. A finger grazes the side of the neck. A hand drifts toward the nose. The mouth gets covered mid-sentence, as though the lips themselves want to stop what is coming out. These are not proof of a lie. They are proof of internal conflict, a gap between what is being said and what the nervous system is actually experiencing. When you see a cluster of 3 or more within a short span of time, you are watching someone manage a private crisis while facing you with a composed expression. What to do with this? Stay calm. Do not react visibly. The liar's greatest advantage is knowing when they have been caught. If you reveal your awareness, they adapt. Let them speak. Let the body keep talking. In 1966, psychologists Paul Ekman and Wallace Friesen discovered something that changed forensic psychology permanently. When people attempt to mask a strong emotion, contempt, fear, disgust, shame, a fragment of that emotion flashes across the face before suppression is complete. The flash lasts between 1/25th and 1/5 of a second, invisible to most observers, but it is there. The dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the region responsible for flagging internal conflict, fires when the true emotion collides with the performed one. That firing causes an involuntary muscular response before the conscious masking system can close the shutter. You will see a lip corner pulling down, an eyebrow lifting asymmetrically, a nostril flare that vanishes almost as soon as it begins. Training yourself to catch these requires slowing your own internal dialogue during a conversation. Most people are composing their response while the other person speaks. That cognitive noise is exactly what makes microexpressions invisible. When you listen with your full attention and watch the face rather than the words, the flashes become visible. This is a learnable skill, not a gift. The autonomic nervous system governs pupil size. It does not ask permission. Under cognitive stress and emotional arousal, precisely the state a liar inhabits, the pupils dilate. In normal light, this creates a subtle but detectable darkening of the eyes. Ancient observers noticed this before neuroscience could explain it. Merchants in Middle Eastern bazaars were reportedly trained to watch buyers' pupils to gauge genuine interest. Alongside dilation, watch for blinking anomalies. The average person blinks between 15 and 20 times per minute. A liar concentrating hard on maintaining their story often drops significantly below that rate. The blink reflex is suppressed by the brain's demand for visual input and cognitive focus. When the lie is over and the pressure releases, you may observe a rapid burst of blinking as the system resets. The liar may also compensate by over-controlling eye contact, a stare that feels too direct, too unblinking, because they've been taught that liars look away. The performance of confidence is often its own tell. Evolution wired the lower body for escape. When the social environment becomes threatening, and being discovered in a lie registers as exactly that, the feet orient toward the nearest exit even while the upper body remains facing you. Ankles crossed tightly, legs pressed together. A foot may begin tapping without the person noticing. The upper body often displays a subtle lean away, a reduction of the space offered to the interaction. The shoulders may rise toward the ears, compressing the figure. This is a physically smaller version of the person you were speaking with 10 seconds ago, because the nervous system is preparing for conflict or withdrawal. Watch specifically for the moment when you introduce an unexpected question. A question the liar has not rehearsed forces an immediate spike in cognitive load. The body registers the spike before the mouth does. You will see the shift, the freeze, the lean, the foot reorientation before they have formed a single word of their response. An emblem is a gesture with a specific, culturally shared meaning. The shoulder shrug that means, "I don't know." The head shake that means, "No." The palm-up gesture of uncertainty. When these emblems occur partially, or when they directly contradict the verbal content, it is called an emblematic slip. A person says, "I am absolutely certain about this," while their shoulder makes the smallest, most abbreviated upward twitch. That twitch is the honest signal. The words are the performance. The body is still trying to tell you the truth, even as the mouth builds the lie. These slips are among the most reliable deception signals, precisely because they are involuntary communications, fragments of authentic meaning that bypass the conscious censor. Once you know to look for the mismatch between gesture and statement, you cannot unsee it. No single signal convicts. A neck touch could be nothing. A frozen gesture could be concentration. A micro-expression could be a passing thought. What makes body language reading reliable is the cluster, multiple independent signals appearing in close proximity, all pointing in the same direction. When self-soothing touches combine with reduced gesturing, a micro-expression of contempt or fear, pupil dilation, and a posture that leans away, the composite portrait is unmistakable. The body is running out of places to hide the truth. This is why skilled observers do not rush. They do not pounce on a single tell. They accumulate the cluster over time, staying calm and apparently unaware, asking follow-up questions that seem casual but are specifically designed to sustain the liar's cognitive load and generate more signals. Knowing these signals transforms the way you move through the world, not because it makes you suspicious of everyone, but because it replaces guesswork with observation. You no longer have to argue with someone about whether they are telling the truth. You watch, you see, you make your decisions with complete information. When you notice a cluster of deception signals, you have choices. You can ask an unexpected follow-up question and watch the body's response intensify. You can stay silent. Silence, after a visible signal, amplifies the liar's anxiety and often produces more leaks. Or you can simply file the information and decide later how to act on it. The most important protection: never reveal your awareness prematurely. The moment a skilled liar knows they have been read, they begin managing you rather than deceiving you. Your greatest advantage is that they believe they are still performing successfully. Every single deception signal, from the frozen hands to the micro-expression to the foot pointing toward the door, shares one origin. Lying is expensive. The human brain did not evolve to sustain perfect deception under sustained observation. The cognitive cost of maintaining a false narrative while managing emotional arousal, while monitoring the listener's reactions, is simply too high. Something always leaks. The body pays the price of the lie, and when you know the price, you can see where it gets paid. You stop listening primarily to words, the channel the liar has fully scripted, and start reading the channel they cannot control. That shift in attention is the skill. It makes every conversation asymmetric in your favor. They speak. You see more than they say. And the people who once manipulated you with carefully chosen words discover eventually that something about you has changed, that their usual tools no longer seem to work the way they used to.